Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, Patsun, and today we're going to be taking a look at r/surviving infidelity, where OP just made the worst decision of his life. Let's begin. A Saga of Lies and Love, posted by Reddit user Calamity08.
This year has been the worst year of my life so far. My beautiful, perfect partner started a new job last year after I encouraged her to leave her role where she was unhappy. We'd been together over 7 years at this point and done everything together, had dreams we wanted to fulfill. I am to this day utterly in love with everything about her. During COVID we'd been so strong, had never gotten on better, but in the months leading up to now, I could just sense that something was different between us. I felt that things were stagnant and bland for her between us. I asked a lot how she felt and if she was still in love, and she said yes. One evening, I was out at a leaving party for somebody at work, and my partner was at some kind of work event too in another city. I got wasted and accidentally kissed my friend goodbye. It was just a peck, but it meant nothing, and it could have been anyone. I felt awful. How could I have made a silly mistake like that? I told my partner when she came back the next day and told her how sorry and how it was a complete loss of inhibition. She wasn't bothered, not even a little. She said she was fine with me, and that was that. Obviously, alarm bells went off, as I thought that surely somebody would be at least a bit annoyed their partner had done something so stupid. I don't know why, but I just knew something had been going on, and I checked her phone messages to find a lot of flirting with a coworker, her senior who is married with children, who is 10 years older than me, and without being mean, not exactly what I thought my partner would be attracted to. I confronted her, and she said it was just friendship. I was pissed, but she told me it would stop. It did not. She would constantly message when I wasn't around and close apps as soon as I entered the room. We had about 5 or 6 incidents where I told her to stop, and she didn't. I believed that she just wanted to be nice and not hurt anyone's feelings, so I just put aside the hurt. The day of my planned proposal came. It was perfect, she cried with joy and excitement. The happiest day of my life. Except, it was just days of sadness after. Because she didn't really want to be engaged. I must admit, I knew she was a little scared of marriage, so I tried to make it perfect and suit her, get married when she was ready. Looking back, I just did what I thought she wanted and thought she'd come around after nerves settled down. I got it wrong and feel terrible. Our beautiful engagement is tarnished. A few weeks ahead, we have a wonderful weekend together, and it's just us. I finally feel a bit more secure together. But I get that sense again, something is wrong. I check her phone and find yet more conversations. This time it's much worse, they are planning to meet up in a hotel. I am destroyed, we argue and pledge to break and have one more day together, as we both took work off to talk about this. I actually call the guy she was having an affair with, and in my anger, say that he needs to tell his wife what has happened. He begs me not to say anything and we talk, and he tells me some more details I didn't know. They'd kissed and made out. Nudes were sent while I was asleep. She confesses she is in love with this coworker. The day ends, and we can't end it. There's love between us. Instead, what happens is worse. Her mom thinks we should just avoid each other and have space. I am somebody that just talks about a problem constantly until it's resolved, but my fiancé is not the same. She goes to her mom's, and I am not allowed to talk to her. I can't do it. I just cannot give her the space because I love her and can't be away from her, not knowing if we are together or not. Eventually, she tells me on the phone she thinks we should break because of all the hurt and she wants something new. I ask her to come home and do it face to face. When she gets home, we both cry and talk for hours, but somehow, we pull it back from the brink. She agrees to cut all contact outside of a work formality and to be honest and stop lying. We are back together and are going to reconnect, put the engagement thing aside so we can concentrate on us. I just can't shake the feeling of insecurity. I check her phone again a few weeks later. She's been continuing the flirting, albeit in a friend scenario on work Teams. I tell her she needs to tell him, straight on Teams, that this is over and it can't continue in any more inappropriate capacity. She does so. I say I am done anyway because of the lies and want to leave her. She cries and gives me the most beautiful speech I have ever heard. I finally feel she will stop and that she loves me. Turns out, she just started messaging him on Reddit. Although it's friendship, she talks about me like some crazy horrible person, and to be fair, I have been at my worst during all of this. What hurts the most is, she says things to him like, "Don't be sad, I am with him, you could have run away with me." She tells me it is just banter, but I am not comfortable, and for the last time, I try and leave her. I message the colleague on Reddit and ask him to stop treating her like a mistress and to be a man and sort things out in his own life, FS he isn't happy enough in his own family. I tell him everything my partner had said about him to me, some of it awful that I believed. Looks like she was lying to him too. Didn't even know I lived with her or that she was engaged, but knew we were working on things. It's weird, we actually get on, even though I should hate him. He agrees to stop everything inappropriate and that he wants her to leave him alone. My fiancé and I pull it back from the brink, which brings us to this week. I finally feel like she will stop and that we can eventually overcome all of this betrayal. She says she no longer has feelings for him, and I think I believe her. Part of me is so hurt by the constant lies and deceit. I hope we can overcome this together, but I am just scared it will never truly stop. I love you, baby girl, please remember there is always a way back if you choose to take it, but I just don't know if I can survive. Throwaway obviously, but I needed all of this to come out. I'm no saint through any of this and have violated social media privacy, but I don't know how to feel safe and secure again.
Yeah, OP, don't marry her. Also tell the affair partner's wife, because she deserves to know out of respect that her husband is a lying piece of shit. Dude, come on. You fucking donut. You deserve to be loved, not to be treated like this. But from the looks of it, it seems like she's checked out and she just wanted to feel validation by two men fawning over her. Absolutely the worst is to keep stringing you along when she really has no respect or love for you. OP, you have got to be better than this. Stop simping for this bitch. Get some self-esteem counseling or individual therapy. Get to the root cause of why you allowed yourself to be leashed by this cheater. Listening to your story, honestly, you just sound so pathetic. Sad even. You don't deserve that. You deserve far more than that. Come on, man. She isn't wonderful. She's selfish. And she just rations some affection so she can keep you around as her plan B. Your feelings are controlling you. Use your brain, not your heart, to take control. Take back the control that you once had in your life. I'm serious, man. It wasn't a mistake. This wasn't the first time that happened. A lot of decisions have to be made for this affair to happen. She made the choices and she didn't change. She just stopped because the other guy doesn't want her anymore. Let me be honest with you, OP. Love isn't everything. You can love someone that isn't good for you. And you fucking know that this relationship needs far more than love to be good. You need respect, compromise, communication, effort, loyalty, all of the things that your fiancé cannot provide you. She showed you her true face, her true nature, many times, and let me tell you, leaving her now before you are married with kids is far easier compared to knowing in 10 years that she cheated multiple times and now you have multiple children and a house to pay. And you will feel like shit because you wasted 10 years with someone that doesn't love or care about you. Leave now while you still can. And for fuck's sake, man, tell the affair partner's wife, she is just like you. She deserves to know the truth just as much as you do. Now, I guess it's time to move on to today's second story. Overcoming the Unthinkable. Posted by Reddit user Pip9Ball.
Overcoming the unthinkable? Background. My wife and I have been married for 23 years and overall, together for 28. Our mutual best friends of 22 years have been a major part of our lives, so much that we're practically family. A few weeks ago, we all went to Hawaii for one of our annual family vacations. My two eldest guys stayed behind for work, so it was just myself, my wife, and my youngest son, Caden. Our best friends, David and Mara, brought their youngest daughter Emma. Everything was going great on the vacation until Mara and David got into one of their habitual spats whenever one of them look in the direction of someone, if the opposite sex. We thought no biggie, they will work it out like they always do. They did eventually work things out, but it took much longer than expected and made our date pretty uncomfortable due to the tension. A couple days later, everyone was back to normal and we're all relaxing at the beach drinking some cocktails and the topic of jealousy came up. Mara asked me if she thought she was a jealous person. I don't lie and have always been very direct, so I told her yes, absolutely you and David are both extremely jealous people. I cited some examples such as not being able to go to guys' night or girls' night only events, not being able to go to the restroom solo, constantly look out through each other's phone. Mara seemed rather agitated at my reply, but I assured her that it doesn't take away anything from them as a person. She seemed upset for about 15 minutes, but then another conversation came up and all was well again. The very next day, we had all planned on going to the other side of the island for snorkeling. As we were about to leave, Mara texted my wife and said they would be staying in. We figured they may be fighting again, so we offered to take Emma with us so she can enjoy her day. They said not this time. We went on without them and had a great day. My wife Danielle texted Mara in the afternoon to check in and see if they were going to make the luau that night. Mara texted back that they would meet us in the lobby. In the lobby, Mara said her and Emma had bad stomach aches and that is why they stayed back. However, during the party, David, Mara, and Emma were very standoffish and not very talkative. When we get back to our hotel, Mara pulls Danielle aside and tells her she needs to speak with her. I take Kaden up to our room, and 5 minutes later, my wife is calling me crying hysterically, telling me to hurry up and come down and help her. I rush down as fast as I can, only to find Mara raging at my wife, her best friend, accusing her of cheating with her husband, David. The look in her eyes was something I've never seen of her before. It's like she was possessed. Mara was screaming she had proof of text messages exchanged, but never provided us any data. My wife and I are happily married, and I didn't entertain those accusations for even a second. David also denied any such accusations and said there must be something else going on between the girls and they need to work it out, and he was staying out of it. Danielle was obviously extremely hurt and shocked that her best friend can accuse her of something like this. She not only made these accusations with no proof, but did this in our family vacation. Our son wept after seeing his mom crying uncontrollably. We ended up cutting out vacation short a few days and came home. Upon our arrival home, Mara had sent an email to Danielle saying she was at peace with what transpired in Hawaii, along with dates and timestamps of text message exchanges between her and David. No proof of the messages or the content were provided. Danielle and her went back and forth, with Danielle denying all accusations. Eventually Danielle pulled her AT&T records and highlighted the dates and times Mara listed and showed her that no messages or data, incoming or outgoing, was present for those dates and times. We figure that either she is batshit crazy or David was having an affair and using Danielle's name as a decoy. Either way, our phone records proved that it wasn't Danielle. It's been 4 weeks and both myself and my wife have come to the realization that we are better off without the toxicity. However, I'm having a really hard time moving on. After 22 years of friendship, we obviously have other friends in common. My wife has already had some of these friends defriend her after presumably hearing Mara's insane version of her story, or perhaps sometimes different. I want to put out every text, email, phone records, etc. until a PDF and publish that shit for the entire world to see how insane she really is. However, my wife just wants to move on. TLDR. My wife's best friend of 22 years accused her of cheating with her husband with no proof. Guess I'm looking for some advice on what to do?
OP, your wife's best friend is pathetic. The woman is petty. She has no issues fighting over her husband looking at someone else, not being able to go out without the other party. What the fuck? How insecure can two people get? If I'm being honest, OP, when you told her the truth on her behavior, you were next on her shit list. I mean, think about it. She was able to toss 20 fucking years of friendship down the drain, all because she's not a good person. Period. It is also very convenient that you gave Mara your honest opinion when she asked for a relationship advice, And then the very next day, this happens? I can hear her now. Oh, you think our relationship is fucked up? You think yours is so perfect? Wait, let me shit on that, motherfuckers. Yep, that's how I imagine how her brain works. I mean, look, David is staying out of it because he knows exactly what his wife is doing. If I have a husband and I caught him cheating with my best friend, you bet your fucking ass I'm coming with proof. The fact that she refuses to show it means that she just doesn't have any. Your wife already showed her text and call logs. And from the looks of it, she's not the one cheating here. Her supposed best friend is making shit up just to make everyone as miserable as her. I also think she's the type of person to splash the proof all over social media if she has it. But since she doesn't, a smear campaign is the worst thing she can do. She will voice her accusations to anyone who would listen. OP, take your wife's lead. Move on and do not get sucked into this vortex of never-ending drama. Get the fuck away from them. But I do suggest posting on social media or whatever platform you're on all of the proof that Mara is in fact a crazy lady. You know, just to clear your wife's name. Anyone who unfriended your wife just did you guys a favor because they just showed that, well, they're not your friends. They are just shitty people. And good luck dealing with that, OP. Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my YouTube channel for you to watch absolutely free. So consider clicking that super thanks just below the video title, or you can use my PayPal in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, make sure to subscribe to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.